Okay, only I think 11, yeah, 10 are here. So I waited until expecting others to enter. But anyway, it's already 1:40 now. So we'll start. And we have only 10, but anyway, we'll continue. So today will be let me record it. It's already recording. So today is the last day of the online lectures, and today we are going to discuss about remaining part of the microcontrolling basics, right? So last few days, last few weeks, we implemented lots of things and we did some practicals in our practicals using the Arduino and the Atmega 2560 microcontroller. So we did several practicals, right? And we discussed about the digital signals, digital input and output on last time. So today we are going to move further and we are going to today discuss about analog signals and how to provide analog signals, how to output analog signals and how to read the analog signal, how to output and how to input analog signals. So that's what we are going to do. So last time we discussed simply about the digital signals, right? So we will quickly move on through the topic. So analog signals now, right? So what do you mean by analog? Right? Analog is right, like if you can provide, now this is what you call digital, right? So if you take a led on, led off, again led on, led off, right? So like this is called a digital signal, right? But what do you mean by analog signal? For example, if you can provide a signal like this, right? If you can provide a signal like this, right? So this is called an analog signal, right? So why this is called analog signal? This is with the time and this is the voltage. So this voltage, right, is a continuous one. Continuous, I mean the value of the voltage will be a continuous value. It's not two states, on or off, right? It's not like on or off, but it will be not only two states, but there we have now the signal can take any value in between, like we can say, okay, so this is the, let's say for example 0 and this is, let's say 5. So here what's the difference if we compare it with the digital signal? Here we can provide any value between 0 and 5. So that's the most important thing, any value between 0 and 5. So in digital signals you can provide it something like this, right, on or off. But here, right, you can provide in analog signal, the analog output signal. If you take analog output signal, that means it can provide the voltage, any voltage in between 0 and 5, not only 0 and 5, not digital, but you can provide any signal in between that, right? So what do you expect if you provide this kind of a voltage to LED? What you are going to accept? I mean, what you will see, what you are expecting to see? Yes, any idea? The මෙහෙම voltage එකක් දුන්නොත් ඔයාලට LED එකෙන් මොන වගේ output එකක්ද බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්?
The contrast will change, the lighting will change.
Yes, exactly. So it will be something like the brightness or the intensity, we can say, right? The intensity will be changed, right? So we can dim the LED, right? So this is not only for LEDs, they are in all the devices, right? So analog signals needed to be provided where? Any idea? Analog signals වලින් control වෙන දේවල් දක්වලා තියෙනවා. පොඩි examples ටිකක් කියන්න බලන්න මට. Yes. Any idea? Do you have any idea about the devices that controls with analog signals, analog voltages? Any idea? For example? Yes. Now the motors, right? The motors, now you see the motors that the speed can be controlled, right? The speed control, the speed is varying, right? So if the motor is on and off, that's a digital signal. But there are motors that where we can reduce the speed and increase the speed. We can change the speed. So in that case, right? In that case, the motor controlling is another application of right, this analog signal. So we have lots of examples that I can provide, like so light dimming and light thing and motor controlling, right? Got it? And anything that if the voltage changes, right, that's called the analog signal, right? Not on and off, not high voltage and low voltage, right? So anything, if you're going to provide anything between that, anything between high and low voltage, so that's called analog signal. So this is a example for analog signal. Now the thing is, now this is used everywhere. All the devices are not digital devices, right? So in our day-to-day life, we will find also analog, we will find analog devices also, right? all the all the things, I mean, all the devices are not digital. We have some analog devices as well. Got it? So therefore we need to uh, learn how we can provide analog signals from the Arduino board or microcontroller as well, right? So that's what we are going to discuss now. But before that, what we are going to do, we are going to discuss now is about analog outputs, not analog input. So the second topic will be analog output, sorry, analog input. But here we are going to discuss how analog output can be provided from this kind of a microcontroller, right? So in order to do this, right, so we are going to provide analog outputs, right? So these analog outputs are also provided with digital output pins, right? So digital output pins, right? Analog outputs are also provided with digital output pins. Like analog output දෙන්නේ digital pin වලින්ම තමයි, right? ඒ digital pin වලට පුළුවන් analog output දෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. අපි ඒක කරන්නේ, අපි use කරන concept එකක් PWM කියලා. We use a concept called PWM. Using PWM concept, we can provide analog output, analog signal, analog voltage from a digital output or a digital pin, right? So we use digital output, digital pins, and using a digital pin, we provide the analog signal from a digital pin. And in order to do that, we use a concept called PWM, right? We call a method called PWM, pulse width modulation. So in order to make you in order to make you this understood, let me do something like this. Okay. So let's say, okay, I'm going to take 10 milliseconds and I'm going to provide 5 voltage, right? So this is a very, a voltage with the time, right? This is the voltage with the time. And if you see this kind of a graph, right? So 10 milliseconds, I'm providing 5 volts. So can someone tell me what's the average voltage in this 10 seconds? We average. The average voltage out in this 10 seconds, 10 milliseconds, right? So can someone tell me what is the average voltage provided in this 10 milliseconds? If you have a signal like this. Yes? The average voltage. Yes, any idea? Then milliseconds 10ක් කියන කාලෙදී අපි 5 volts voltage එකක් දුන්නොත් ඔය වෙලාවේ එන average voltage එක මොකක්ද? Yes, what do you think?
පහම තමයි නේද?
Yes, exactly, right? It's 5. It's 5. Right? So how we are going to find it? It will be simply 5 volt 5 into T on. T on means like the on time. T on divided by T divided by T. T is the total time, right? On time divided by the total time. So here on time will be what? On time will be 10, right? So throughout the 10 milliseconds, it's on. So the total time, T is the total time, right? T total, let me put like T total. So T total is now what? It's 10, right? So 5 volts will be the average, right? So simple, right? Okay, now what will be the average voltage now? Yes?
2.5.
Yes, exactly. So 5. So on time is 5 milliseconds and the total time of the signal is 10 milliseconds. So this will be simply like 5 divided by 2, it's 12.5. So this says, right? This says it's equal, right? To provide a signal like this, providing a signal like this equals to providing a voltage of 2.5 throughout the 10 milliseconds. Can you understand what I'm saying? So providing 5 milliseconds, providing 5 volts in 5 milliseconds and making it, providing 0 voltage in other remaining 5 seconds is equals to provide a 2.5 voltage throughout the 10 milliseconds. Then පහක් තප්පර පහක් 5 volts දීලා ඊටු තප්පර පහේ off කරලා තියෙන එක නැත්නම් 0 volts දෙන එක equal කියන්න පුළුවන් අපිට 2.5 දිගටම දෙන එකට. නෑ නේ ඉතින් එහෙම කොහොමද වෙන්නේ දැන් හිතන්නකො හරි. ඔයා විනාඩියක් කාමරේ ලයිට් එක දාලා තියෙනවා. හරි. ඊට පස්සේ ඉතුරු විනාඩියේ කාමරේ ලයිට් එක ඕෆ් කරලා තියෙනවා. දැන් ඕක සමානද විනාඩි දෙකක් කාමරේ ලයිට් එක එළියෙන් භාගයකින් ඔන් කරලා තියෙන එකට සමානද? විනාඩියක් ඔන් කරලා තියෙනවා විනාඩියක් ඕෆ් කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒතර විනාඩි දෙකක් ගත්තොත් එහෙම විනාඩි දෙකක් ඔයා නිකන් බලා ඉන්නකොට ඔයාලට පේන්නේ නිකන් මේ ලයිට් එක ඩිම් වෙලා විනාඩි දෙකක් තියෙනවා වගේද? නෑ එහෙමයක් පේන්නේ නැහැ නේ. මොකද්ද ඔය කියන්නේ? Yes. Now if you turn on your bulb in your room, right, for let's say 1 minute, and the remaining 1 minute you are going to turn it off. So I say like, okay, within 2 minutes, it's like providing the half of the intensity from the bulb in your room. Then no, it's not like that. This is true for very small time periods, like millisecond time periods, nanosecond time periods. Got it? Understood? Right? So this is a very powerful one, right? So, but this is only valid for like very small time intervals, right? Very small time intervals. So can someone tell me now what will be the average voltage? I'm going to on it for 2.5 milliseconds and I'm going to turn it for 7.5 milliseconds. Yes. What will be the V average? Yes. So apply the equation. What's T on now?
2.5.
Right. So it's like 1, 4, and now so this will be not 1, not 2, 2.5, right? 2.5 volts, right? So now this equation we can rearrange it. Right? This equation I can rearrange it. How I'm going to rearrange it? If you can I mean, this is valid only, right? Now, if you can, now this is valid like this. If you can turn on your bulb in your room for 5 milliseconds, and if you turn off it for the remaining 5 milliseconds, theoretically we can say it's like keeping your light on with a half intensity. තේනද? ඔයා ගෙදර ලයිට් එක තප්පර මිලිසෙකන්ඩ්ස් 5ක් ඔන් කරලා තියලා තව මිලිසෙකන්ඩ්ස් 5ක් ඕෆ් කරලා තියනවා කියන එක හරියට නිකන් ඒක අර ඒ දැල්වන ඉන්ටෙන්සිටි එකෙන් භාගයකින් ඔන් කරලා තියනවා වගේ තමයි තියරි එක. හැබැයි පොඩි ඉන්ටර්වල්ස් වලට තමයි ඔක වැලිඩ්. පොඩි ඉන්ටර්වල්ස් වලට තමයි ඔක වැලිඩ් වෙන්නේ. right? ඉතින් මේක අපිට රීඅරේන්ජ් කරන්න පුළුවන් V average equals what? V average equals V in, the input maximum voltage, right? The V max, the maximum voltage provided, that means this, right? Into T on plus T total, and this part or this term is known as the duty ratio. The duty ratio. The duty ratio. Right? The duty ratio. Right? So, can you identify the duty ratio? What's the maximum value the duty ratio can get, and what's the minimum value the duty ratio can get? What's the range of the duty ratio? Can someone identify and tell me quickly? I'm asking what's the range that the duty ratio can be in. Duty ratio එක තියෙන්න පුළුවන් range එක මොකක්ද? මොකද සරල ප්‍රශ්නයක්. ඔය DR කියන පැරාමීටර් එකට ඉන්න පුළුවන් range එක මොකක්ද? Yes?
0 to 1.
Exactly, 0 to 1, right? 0 to 1. If Tn on is 0, then dr becomes 0. If T on is T total, dr becomes 1. නේද? T on එක T total වුණොත් එහෙම dr එක 1 වෙනවා. එතකොට V average සමානයි V max වලට නේද? T tot මෙහෙම දැම්මේ. මෙයා සමාන වුණ T total වලට මොකද වෙන්නේ? මේ දෙක කැපිලා යනවා. V average කියන්නේ V max වලට. T on 0 දැම්මොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? 0 බෙදීම මොකක් හරි එකක් 0 වෙනවා. එතකොට V average සමානයි 0. Right? So this is called the duty ratio. So duty ratio can be range from 0 to 1, right? But in our implementations in our microcontroller, the Atmega 2516, we are going to provide the value between 0 to 255. So the duty ratio, actually it ranges between 0 and 1, but in microcontrollers, we have to provide it as a number between 0 to 255. බිඳුව එක තමයි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් theoretically තියෙන්නේ. හැබැයි අපි microcontroller දාද්දී ඔක දාන්නේ 0 to 255 කියලා. බිඳුව ඉඳන් 255 අතර කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ එක කියන්නේ 255, බිඳුව කියන්නේ බිඳුව. එහෙනම් අපේ duty ratio එක 0.5ක් දෙන්න ඕන නම් මොකක්ද දෙන්න ඕනේ value එක? duty ratio එක 0.5ක් දෙන්න නම් මොකක්ද දෙන්න ඕනේ value එක? හා? Yes? duty ratio එක 0.5ක් දෙන්න නම් මොකක්ද දෙන්න ඕනේ value එක? 0.255 අතර මොකක්ද දෙන්න ඕනේ value එක? හා?
127.5.
127 ඉතින් කොහොමද ඒක හොයන්නේ? කොහොමද ඒක හොයන්නේ? හා? 0.5 කියන එක එකෙන් 0.5යි නම් 255න් කීයක් දෙන්න ඕනේද? අර පොඩි කාලේ කරන්නේ right? So හරිද? එකකින් 0.5ක් නම් 255න් කීයක්ද? එතකොට x කියන්නේ නේද? 255 මෙතනට ගියාම 127යි ගාන. So like that, right? So we have an inbuilt function in order to do that. We have inbuilt function to do that in Arduino. So shall we quickly go on to the Arduino and provide the analog signal? Why I say like analog signal, right? I forgot to mention one thing. Let me get that back. Right. So now, what's the operating voltage of a digital pin in Arduino or the Atmega? Huh? What's the operating voltage?
5.
5 volts, right? Okay, now can someone tell me, okay, in order to provide, now that means simply what? This means simply that, right? So this means that, that this also means what? Right, so it's providing 0 volt to 5 volts, right? Isn't it? Neither. Again, duty ratio එක 0.1 අතර වෙනස් වෙනකොට voltage එක වෙනස් වෙන්නේ 0.5 අතර. හරිනේ දැයි V out සමානයි V max into duty ratio, right? ඉතින් duty ratio එක 0.1 අතර වෙනස් වෙනකොට duty ratio එක 0 වෙනකොට V out 0යි. duty ratio 1 වෙනකොට V out සමානයි 5 volt. මොකද මෙතන 5 volts නේ Arduino වල. Can you understand? Right? So similarly, that means what? It's like this also, නේද? අපිට දෙන්න ඕන නම් මොකද්ද? අපිට මෙහෙම ලියන්නත් පුළුවන්. අපිට 2.5 volt දෙන්න ඕන නම් 5 වලින් x කීයද කියලා බලන්නත් පුළුවන් නේද අපිට? තේරෙනවද? Same thing, right? 0.1 duty ratio කියන්නේ ඒක voltage එක 0 to 5 volts තමයි වෙනස් වෙන්නේ, right? So, okay, so let's say that I want to provide 1.5 volts. Why 1.5 volts, right? From 5. So what's the duty ratio that I should provide, right? Is equals to x from 255, isn't it? Now, in Arduino, like, okay, the duty ratio changes from 0 to 1, right? The voltage, right? The voltage change from 0 to 5 volts, and the value that we are going to provide change from 0 to 255 in Arduino. Now the thing is, why this is like like changing in between 0 to 255 is that this is a 8-bit number, right? Now 8-bit number. Now in Arduino, in this generally in most of the microcontrollers, the PWM is provided by a 8-bit number, right? 8-bit number. So that's why we have to provide it between 0 to 255. But actually it's range from 0 to 1, and if in terms of the duty ratio and in terms of voltage, it ranges from 0 to 5 volts. Right? Got it? So now this is how we are going to implement it in the Arduino. Right? So let me get the let me get the Arduino code. Let me get an Arduino code. Right. So now one important thing that I want to mention now, this PWM signal. So what do you mean by PWM signal? Analog signal simply, right? This kind of a PWM signal can be only provided by these set of pins. You can provide it using a digital pin, but you can provide it using only these set of pins. From 13 to 2 now. So analog signal. So in other words, a PWM signal, right? So what we discussed, a PWM signal can only be provided using this set of pins from pin number 2 to pin number 13. So those are called digital pins, and they are a special type of digital pins. They are called PWM pins, right? So you can see that they are marked as PWM. So that means the PWM signals can be provided only using this set of pins like pin number 2 to pin number 14. Understood? Pin number 2 to pin number 14. You can use it for providing PWM, or that means if you want to provide analog output, so analog outputs are also provided with digital pins, but not from all digital pins. It can be provided only with the PWM pins, PWM digital pins. Understood? Got it? These are the pins that you can use for this task, right? So now we will move on to the code scene, right? So let's say that I want to provide the PWM signal from the pin number 13, right? So is it an input or output pin in this case? Yes. Is it an input pin or output put in this case? So I want to provide, and let's say that we are going to turn on an LED plugged into pin number 13, and we are going to change the voltage, and we are going to change the intensity of that LED, right? We are going to change the intensity of this LED by changing the PWM or the analog voltage provided, right? So in that case, will it be a input pin or output pin? What do you think? Huh? So very obvious questions, right? I mean, the answer is obvious. Yes, what?
Output.
Yes, exactly. So it's output, right? Right. So now this is how we are going to provide a analog or a PWM signal from a digital pin. It's called analog write. Analog write. And here you have to mention the pin number. Then you have to mention the what? Then you have to mention the duty ratio, but the duty ratio, you are not going to provide it as between 0 and 1. You have to provide it between, now here the pin number is the pin number, and this is the second parameter will be the PWM, and this should be provided in between 0 to 255. Right? So 0 means 0 means 0 volts in terms of the voltage, and 255 means 5 volts in terms of the voltage. Right? So this is the value, the PWM value, and this is the voltage. Understood? Right? Got it? Got the idea? Right? So now, let's say we are going to provide a half voltage. What? 25 volts from 5 volts. So how much from the 255? Right? So it will be 255 divided by 2, right? Simply. Understood. So shall we provide something like, no. First we will provide the full one, right? And let's see what happens. So let me now change the camera and show you the output quickly. Okay, so let me get it here. A camera. Right. 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 So let me connect it to the my computer. Right. So I will provide it my computer, and it's not focused. Oh, no, it's focused, right? So what I have here is I have a LED. Can you see? Right. I have an LED. So the positive terminal is connected to the pin number 13, and the negative terminal is connected to the ground. Right. See. So the positive terminal is connected to the pin number 13, and the negative terminal is connected to the, 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 the nearby ground, right? So now let us upload this code into the Arduino, and let's see what you are going to get. So yeah. Okay, right? So now what we'll do, okay, shall we reduce this to 127? So this should be like half voltage, right? So let's see whether it's like increasing, decreasing or not, but probably we can't identify it clearly. Yeah, it's increased a bit, right? Not exactly. Well, we probably provide it 10. 10. So what do you mean by 10? Any idea? You can see, right? So the intensity is reducing, right? So we have provided a PWF of 10, right? Now here is the PWM is, I mean, the duty ratio is ranging between 0 and 1. That's in the theory, but in practical implementation, you have to provide it as a number in between 0 to 255. Theory එකේ duty ratio කියන්නේ බිංදුව අතර value එකක්. හැබැයි අපි practice එකේදී දාන්නේ 0 to 255 කියලා. මොකද Arduino නැත්නම් mic controllers වල දෙන්න ඕනේ 8-bit number එකක් විදිහට තමයි ආව දෙන්න ඕනේ. Right? So now what do you mean by 10? What's the value of I mean what do you mean by 10? What's the voltage value? Huh? What's the voltage value? Any idea? So it's like this. Okay. So we have provided 10 from 255. So what would be the voltage if it is out of 5 volts? This is what you mean, what I mean by 10, right? So if you want to calculate the voltage, it will be something like, okay, 10 into 5 divided by 255, right? So what would be this? I think we can, without the calculator, we can solve this, right? Now 5, this is 55 to 51, right? So this is 51, right? So 10 divided by 51 anyway. So it's like what? So 10 into 5 divided by 255. So it's like providing what voltage, like 0.9. That means 0.2 volts, right? It's like providing 0.2 volts similarly. Understood, right? It's like providing a voltage of 0.2. Understood, right? So if you provide like 1, this will be like, see, it's barely seen now, right? It's barely seen now, right? So this is a 1 out of 255, so very low PWM, right? Now this is how we are going to do it now. But shall we, without doing it like this, shall we like try to prove the theory, right? Shall we try to prove the theory? See, so in theory, what it says, we discuss. Now this is how we are going to do it in the code, but shall we prove it from the theory now? In theory, what it says, okay, if we can provide this kind of a voltage, okay, like let's say 10 milliseconds, and if we can provide 5 milliseconds here, right? So this is equals to providing a This is equals to providing a like 2.5 voltage throughout the 10 milliseconds. So that's what it means, right? So shall we do it like this? See, I'm going to provide a high voltage, right? And then I'm going to delay it, but normal delay, not delay. Let me do the, it's millisecond, right? So delay is millisecond. So this is milliseconds. Millisecond range, this is not going to work. Let me use microseconds. So okay, 5 microseconds. 5 microseconds, and turn it on for, turn it off for another 5 microseconds. Right, so shall we do it like this? Okay. Now, can someone tell me, in order to like provide, let's say a 0.1 duty ratio, right? 0.1 duty ratio, 0.1 duty ratio of 0.1, right? What should be the delays that I need to provide here? So duty ratio is what? Duty ratio is simply what? D T on divided by T total. Yes, so can you simply tell me what should be the values if I want to provide the 0.1 duty ratio quickly? Yes. Yes. Quickly. Yes. Quickly. Yes. What should be the on delay and what should be the off delay? Yes. Quickly. Yes.
1 millisecond on
1 and yes.
and 9.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, exactly. Very good, right? Right. Understood. Now, isn't it changing? High low. Yeah. Now the thing is, if you provide delay, so this is in milliseconds, right? Here you won't be seeing any kind of right. So like if you do it like this, 10 and 90, let's say 10 and 90. So now it's not see, now you can see it, you can see the pulsing, right? දැන් පේනවද pulse එක පේනවා කියන්නේ ඔක පොඩි මිලිසෙකන්ඩ් රේන්ජ් එක තමයි කරන්න ඕන. නැත්නම් මයික්‍රෝසෙකන්ඩ් රේන්ජ් එක තමයි කරන්න ඕනේ වැලිඩ් වෙන්නේ. ඕක අපේ ඇස් දෙකට පේන්න ගත්තාම තේරෙනවද? අපේ ඇස් දෙකට පේන්න ගත්තාම දැන් පේන්නේ මේ විදිහට on off වෙන. හැබැයි අර පොඩි මිලිසෙකන්ඩ් එකකදී on off කරද්දී අපේ ඇස් වලට පේන්නේ නැහැ. Our naked eyes can't identify that this is turning and turning off when it's done in a very small time interval. Understood, right? So it's valid only with a very small uh, uh, time intervals only, right? So if you do it like this, now this is how we are going to do it in the code. No need to do it manually. This is from the code, you can do it like this, right? So shall we write a code, right? Shall we write a code to like increase the duty ratio from 1 to 255 eventually? How we are going to do it? Huh? Any idea? Now you know that this loop is a continuous one, right? So this loop is a continuous one. So let me create a variable like this, okay? A global variable called I, right? Right? Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide I here, and I start from 0, right? And I'm going to provide a delay, like let's say delay of 100 milliseconds, right? Delay of 100 milliseconds. And what I'm going to do now here, then thereafter I'm going to increase the I from 1, right? So you know that this is a loop, right? This is a loop. So what happens? Okay, for the first time, I will be 0. Then delay of 100 milliseconds. Then the I will be increased by 1. Then the loop comes here again. Then the I becomes 1. Then I becomes 2. I becomes 3. Right? So likewise, I is going to increase. Right? But we have to set the limit, right? What's the maximum value that the PWM can get? We can't run this continuously. Why? What's the maximum value the PWM can get?
255.
255, right? So then if 255 I becomes 255, then I will make I 0. So now what happens? Within 100 millisecond intervals, the intensity, the PWM will be increased. When the I become 255, I become 0. So then again it start from the 0 intensity, right? I bindu na patan ganna, right? Shall we write this and see what happens? Sorry, this should be I equals. I reduce the delay a bit. See? See, right? So you can see it's working, right? Understood. Now what we are doing is we like increase the intensity by 1 within 10 millisecond intervals. And once I become 255, we make it 0. So therefore, the LED again will start from the 0 intensity, right? Understood. Got it? Right? Okay. Right. So that's what you call the PWM. So from the PWM pins, you can provide any voltage between 0 and 5. Right? So if you plot a graph of this signal, it would be something like this, right? Isn't it? Right? So if I plot the time, now actually this will be something like this actually. Where this voltage would be 5 volts and this is the time, and this time, can anyone tell me what this time is? How many milliseconds it takes to go here? Yes? Yes?
10 milliseconds.
Yes? No,
10 millis. 10 milliseconds.
not 10. 10 will be like for one step.
1 millisecond.
Yes?
1 millisecond.
Not 1 millisecond. Now here, can you see this 10 millisecond is for like one step? That means like, okay, 0, 1, 2, like it's take how many milliseconds to go to go to 5 volts, mean the PWM value should become 255, right? Here, the PWM value is 0. Here, the PWM value is 255. I mean, the duty ratio, right? So, for one step, it takes 10 milliseconds. So, how many milliseconds it take to go here? Yes? දෙසිය පනස් පහක් තියෙන ස්ටෙප්ස් මෙතැන්ට යන්න බින්දුයන් 250ට 255ක් ස්ටෙප්ස් වලින් යන්නේ 1 by 1 යන්නේ ඩියුරේෂන් එක එක වැඩි කරගෙන යන්නේ right ඒ කියන්නේ මෙතන 255ක් යන්න ඕනේ ඒ හැම එකටම යනවා 10 milliseconds නේද නේද ස්ටෙප්ස් 255ක් ඉන්නේ P0 1 2 3 ඔහොම වැඩි කර කර යන්නේ හැම ස්ටෙප් එකකටම යනවා 10 milliseconds. ඉතින් මෙතන 255 වතාවක් 10 milliseconds යනවා. පැහැදිලිද? හරි. ඊට පස්සේ ආයෙ බින්දුව වෙලා ආයෙ මුල ඉඳන් යනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ තප්පර 2.5ක් වගේ යන්නේ. ඉතින් බලන්න මේ තප්පර 2.5ක් විතර නේද යන්නේ හරියට. මම ඇත්තටම පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්න ඕනේ නිකන්. බින්දුව ඉඳන් ගණන් කරලා understood තේරෙනවද? Okay. This is how we are going to provide the PWM signal from your analog pins. Now, keep this in your mind. So in order to provide like analog output, you have to use this set of pins. These set of PWM pins you need to use when you need to provide analog output. These are the pins that you are going to use for analog outputs, the PWM pins, right? You got it? Okay. Right, so then the next thing would be Yes. So next thing would be the analog to digital conversion, or in other words, how to read the analog reading from your uh, from Arduino, right? How to read the analog signal from the Arduino, right? So what I mean by analog signal, you know, right? You already know what's analog signal, right? You know, right? You know, I mean, if you are going to read, if a voltage is changing like this, right? If the voltage is changing like this with the time, so this is called an analog signal. Now earlier what we did, we output a, right? We output a analog signal, right? So in the earlier case, we output the analog signal. කලින් එකේදී අපි කලේ analog signal එක output කරපු එක. තේරෙනවද? කලින් එකේ කලේ අපි output අපි signal එකක් output කරපු එක තමයි අපි කලින් එකේදී කලේ. right? පැහැදිලිද? එතකොට දැන් කරන්න යන්නේ කොහොමද මේ වගේ signal එකක් අපි read කරන්න කියන එක තමයි අපි දැන් කතා කරන්නේ. කොහොමද analog signal එකක් read කරන්නේ. right? How to read an analog signal. So can you provide me some examples for the devices that you will get the devices that will provide analog signal? Input එකක් analog input එකක් දෙන devices මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? Can you provide me some examples? Can you provide me some examples? Yes. The devices that can provide a analog signal.
Sensors.
Yes, exactly, sensors. Right? Sensors වලින් එන්නේ ගොඩාක් sensors වලින් එන්නේ හැම එකේම නෙමෙයි. Not all the sensors, but most of the sensors they are giving a analog signal. For example, a proximity sensor, let's say a proximity sensor gets a analog reading. What I mean by analog reading, so the proximity sensor gives you the distance, right? And the what you call the right? The temperature sensors, right? So the temperature sensors gives you a analog signal, isn't it? Temperature, the temperature sensors, right? Right? For example, you can see the temperature and the humidity, right? So it's given by this DHT11 sensor. Understand? Right? So most of the sensors, right? Most of the sensors, they are providing you a, not all sensors, they provide a analog signal, right? Got it? So here now we are not going to use a sensor, but we will use a potentiometer. So this also this also act as a sensor, right? Now this potentiometer, right? So when you have a potentiometer, what do you mean by a potentiometer? The resistance can be changed, right? How we are going to change the resistance of this potentiometer is simply by rotating this knob, right? By rotating this knob. So now here, this is what happens. Here we have two resistance inside a potentiometer, right? So this is the sensor kind of the analog input device we are going to use, right? So this will be the second part, right? The first part we discuss how to provide the analog signal from a Arduino as output. In this example, I'm going to explain how to read the analog signal from the Arduino, read it, right? So this is how the potentiometer works. So this is potentiometer will be the device that we are going to use as analog device, right? This also provides you analog signal. How the analog signal is provided from here? This has a fixed resistance. So this R1 is fixed, right? And this is variable, right? So what do you mean by variable? When you rotate this knob, right? When you rotate this knob, the R2 changes, but the R1 is a fixed resistance, right? So then the V out is given, V out in the sense what? Now here, the potentiometer is something like this, a device like this. We have the knob here and we have three terminals, right? So what we do is we provide, like let's say to this one, we will provide 5 volts. To this one, we provide ground, right? As mentioned here, right? So this is the, let's say 1, 2, and 3. So if I show you the pin numbers, this is 1, and this is 3, and this is 2, right? Understood? So we have 1, 2, and 3, right? So what happens? The pin number 2, this is where we are going to read the voltage, right? We are going to provide 5 volts here and ground here. And from this, we are going to get an output. I mean, yeah, we are going to get a voltage output from here, and we will plug it to the Arduino. We will plug it to the Arduino, right? And this is where we are going to plug it, like let's say pin number A0, right? Got it? Now there's very important thing that you need to remember. When you are going to get analog inputs, not analog outputs. So I told you how to get analog outputs earlier, right? So the analog outputs are taken from the not this one. Right? So the analog outputs, you have to take the analog inputs. You have to get those things from here, right? Here in the sense, these set of pins. These are the set of pins that you are going to use to take analog input. මේ පින් වලින් තමයි analog input එකක් ගන්න අපි, right? These are the pins that we are going to take an analog input. Now these are called analog, right? Analog in. So can you see analog in, right? So these are only there to get an analog input, right? Analog outputs will be provided from these PWM pins, right? Got it, right? Okay, so let me plug it to A0. So we have 16 analog pins. Let me plug it to one of these. Oh yeah, right. So then what happens? Right? Then what happens? Right. So what happens now when you rotate this knob, right? When you rotate this knob, this variable resistance will be changed, and the V out will be now. Are you familiar with the voltage divider rule? Have you done the voltage divider rule earlier? In basic electronics, the voltage divider rule? Yes or no?
Yes, sir, we have done it.
Okay. So this is the voltage divider rule applied. So the R2 is a variable. So what happens when R2 increases, what happens to V out? When R2 increases, what happens to V out? Yes?
Increase.
Yeah, this also will be increased, right? So it has a direct, these are directly proportional, right? So when this is increased, this V out will be increased, and when this is decreasing, the V out will be decreased, right? So this is also act as a input device. I mean, analog input device. Why? We can change, we can rotate the knob, and we can load it. I mean, we can change the voltage. So this voltage will be read by the Arduino, right? So now what we are going to do, we will do this and see how we can do it, right? I mean, how we can get values, right? So let me get a new code, right? And in the configuration, so I have a potentiometer here. Right? I have a potentiometer here. This one, right? So what I'll do here, this potentiometer, I will connect it like this. Right? I'll connect it like this now. So 3 terminals are there, and your Arduino is here. Right? Your Arduino is here. Your Arduino is here. So I'm going to get a 5 volt from here, right? And a ground from here. Right? And I'm going to connect the middle one to A0, any analog pin, not necessary to be A0, right? Not necessary to be A0, but any analog pin you can use, right? You can use any analog pin, right? It can be anything, but I'm using in this case, right? So you can use any of these pins, any of these analog pins you can use. Got it? Any of these analog pins you can use it, right? So this will be the configuration. So let me connect it like this. So this pin, I'll connect it to the 5 volts. The 5 volts, right? And this pin, I will connect it to the ground, and the middle one, let me connect it to the A0 pin, the A0 pin. So there is something inside the A0. So I will connect it to A1. Right? I think there is something inside the A0 pin. So I connected it to A1. Right? So the potentiometer is now connected. Right? The potentiometer is now connected. So this is the potentiometer, and now it's connected to the Now let me turn on off this LED. I will upload a blank program, so the LED will be like turned off. Right now, the next thing is that the other thing is that, so can someone tell me what will be the voltage, the minimum and maximum voltage that you are going to get from A0? Yeah. The minimum and maximum values of the voltage that you are going to read from A0?
0 to 5.
Yes, exactly, 0 to 5, right? So if you revisit the right, if you revisit the I mean the equation, you can see that the voltage that it can get from here is 0 to 5 volts. But thing is, Arduino is going to convert this 0 to 5 volt reading, right? So this 0 to 5 volt reading will be converted inside the Arduino. It will be converted to a number between 0 to 1023. So this is a 10-bit number, right? So what I mean by this, actually the pin going to get a voltage between 0 to 5, but it's going to convert this digital reading coming 0 to 5, between 0 to 5, into an analog value, right? Sorry. So this is analog reading coming, right? This analog reading will be converted to a digital number, right? Digital number between 0 to 1023. So that means 8-bit number, and this is called the analog to digital conversion, A to D, analog to digital conversion, right? So you are getting an analog signal 0 to 5 volts, but inside the microcontroller there are something called some components called ADCs, analog to digital converters. So what the analog to digital converter does, right? What the analog to digital converter does, it converts an analog signal coming into a number, a digital number. So that's what you call analog digital converter. So that's done by the microcontroller inside. Microcontroller ඇතුලෙන් ඔය වැඩේ කරනවා, right? So anyway, so when you are going to provide the 0 to 5 voltage as the input, right? So what Arduino is going to get, right? What Arduino is going to get is a number between 0 to 1023, right? ඇත්තටම 05 තමයි එන්නේ. හැබැයි read කරන්නේ 0 to 1023 කියලා තමයි read කරන්නේ, right? So anyway, let's see how we can do it, right? So first, no matter whether it's the input or output, we have to define the pin mode, right? So we are using the A1 pin. So is this the input pin or output pin in this case? Yes, quickly. Huh? Is it an input or output? Yes. Yes. A simple question. Yes. Yes. Is it an input or output? Huh? I mean, with respect to the Arduino. So Arduino, is it an input or output?
Input.
Yeah, to the Arduino, it's an input, right? අපි Arduino එකට සාපේක්ෂව බලන්න ඕනේ. Arduino එකට මේක input එකක්. Right? Okay, then this is how we are going to read it, right? So you can declare a variable. Here over here, you can declare a variable. Let's say, okay, int value. So then the value equals analog read. Read the analog value coming from A1. And note that this is a number between 0 to 1023. So it's a number between 0 to 23, 0 to 1023. Got it? Right? So now what I'm going to do, I will show you that value. In order to show it, we need to use the serial buffer in the Arduino. I will explain what this serial buffer is, but let me first use it and later I will explain what this serial buffer refers to. Serial begin 9600. So what this means, activating the serial buffer buffer 0. I will explain what I mean by this serial begin, and I want to print the value, so I use the serial.println. So I will explain what this serial begin serial.println. First, let me show you the output. So I will allow a delay like 100 milliseconds between each reading. Right. So let us run this, and right. And in order to view this value, serial.print, in order to see the right. So in order to see print this value, what we have to do is you have to go to the tools and get the serial monitor. All right. So this is the value that you are getting currently, right? So let me rotate the knob. Sorry, the middle one is detached. Yeah. So let me get it from here. All right. So see, right. So this is one end, and let me rotate it again. The right. So let me keep it here, right, and let me rotate it. Right. Right. So 0 when 0 volts coming, and it becomes 1023 when 5 volts coming. Right. Got it? Understood? So that's what happens there. Right. So now we are getting a value between 0 to 5, but in the Arduino it converts to a value between 0 to 2000, 1023. Got it? Understood? So then the next question, what is this serial begin and what is this? And also you can use the serial plotter, so it will automatically plot it for you. The plotter in the sense like it's plots you a graph, so you can read a graph as well. So like this. I think it's better if I can. Yeah, let me. Right. So see, so you can plot it in a graph as well. Right. Okay. Right. So what this serial begin does, right? So in your microcontrollers, there are serial buffers, right? So something called serial buffer. So serial buffer 0, serial buffer 2, serial buffer 3. Likewise, there are serial buffers. So what I mean by a serial buffer? It's a very small memory location, like 64-bit, right? 64-bit memory. It's like 64-bit memory, right? I can't exactly remember the memory size, but yeah, 64 characters. I can't remember, but anyway, so it's a small memory, right? It's a small memory. So we are going to activate that memory, like the serial buffer will be activated. So buffer refers to a simple memory, and what we do, we pass the value, this reading, the reading that we are going to get from the analog sensor. I mean the analog, I mean the pin number A0, and we get that value, and we pass that value to the buffer in the Arduino, right? So that's what serial print ln does, right? So we pass this reading into the serial buffer in the Arduino, serial buffer number 0 in the Arduino. So what happens? This serial monitor, what it does is it shows the value in the serial buffer. Now, මොකද මේ කරන්නේ? අපේ serial buffer කියලා තියෙන පොඩි memory location එකක් මේ Arduino එක ඇතුලේ. ඒක අපි activate කරගන්නවා මෙන්න මෙතන serial begin 9600. මොකද්ද මේ 9600 කියන්නේ? මේකට අපි කියනවා baud rate එක කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද කරන්නේ? මේ serial buffer එකට පුළුවන් මේ serial buffer එකෙන් පුළුවන් Arduino එකෙන් computer එකට value යවන්න, computer එකෙන් Arduino ට value යවන්න පුළුවන්. right? communicate කරන්න පුළුවන්. communication එකක් මෙතන දෙන්නේ. අන්නේ communication එක වෙන speed එක තමයි 9600 කියන්නේ. 9600 කියන්නේ bits baud rate එක. 9600 bits per second කියන එක. right? එතකොට මේ Arduino එකයි මේ අතර ඔය serial buffer එකයි Arduino එකයි Arduino එකේ serial buffer එකයි computer එකයි අතර තප්පරයකට bits 9600ක් transfer කරගන්න පුළුවන්. right? So that's what the baud rate means. But this is not the only baud rate. We can use various other baud rates are available, right? So there are standard baud rates available, but here what we usually use is 9600. So we activate the buffer between, we activate the communication between the Arduino and the computer. And what we do, we take this value from the sensor and we write it to the serial monitor, the serial buffer. To that memory location, we write the value here. We write the value that we are getting, right? So what this serial monitor does, serial monitor simply reads the value inside this buffer. Our buffer එකේ තියෙන value එක read කරන එක තමයි මේ serial buffer එකෙන් serial monitor එකෙන් කරන්නේ. serial print එකෙන් මොකද කරන්නේ? අපි මේ value එක read කරලා serial buffer එකට save කරනවා. serial buffer එකේ save වෙලා තියෙන values මේ බලන්න මේ serial monitor එකෙන් තමයි අපි use කරන්නේ. නැතුව හිතන්න එපා serial print කළාම මේකේ පෙන්නනවා කියලා. serial print කළාම serial monitor එකේ පෙන්නනවා කියලා හිතන්න එපා. නෑ එහෙම නෙමෙයි වෙන්නේ. serial print කළාම මොකද වෙන්නේ? serial buffer කියලා පොඩි memory location එකක් තියෙනවා. මේ memory එකට අපි මේ value එක write කරනවා. ඒ memory එකේ තියෙන values බලන්න පුළුවන් මෙන්න මේ monitor එකෙන්. ඒකයි කරන්නේ. Right? So now you can see that the value is coming in between a value like this, right? So the serial monitor, you can see the value is coming like this. Right? Got it? Right? Okay, now we have done two things today, right? So we have configured how to provide analog outputs, and we use the concept called the PWM. And here what we are doing is, here we are trying to read analog inputs, and we have done it here as well, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to combine these two ideas, right? Now this serial printing is not necessary. Let me serial make a අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම දාන්න ඕන එකක් නෙමෙයි. අර අපිට values ටික බලා ගන්න ඕන හින්දායි මම ඔය serial monitor එක use කරේ. නැත්තම් මේක ඕනේ නැහැ. right? මේක අනිවාර්ය නැහැ. අපිට අර values බලා ගන්න ඕන හින්දායි මම මේ serial print එක use කළේ. නැත්තම් මේක ඕනේ නැහැ. right? අපිට values ටික බලා ගන්න විතරයි ඔක ඕනේ වෙන්නේ. right? මට කාට හරි කියන්න පුළුවන් දැන් මේ code එකෙන් මොකද කරන්නේ? potentiometer එක read කරලා ඒ value එක 0.1023 අතර ගන්නවා. right? ඊට පස්සේ අපි කලින් කෝඩ් එකක් කළා. ඒ කෝඩ් එකේ මොකද්ද කරේ? අපිට පුළුවන් ඕනම වැලියු එකක් දෙන්න. ඒ වැලියු එක අපිට මොකද්ද කරන්න පුළුවන්? ඒ වැලියු එක දැන් අපි කලින් කතා කළා නේද? analog write කතාව, right? Then අපි මේ දෙක combine කරමුද? Shall we combine these two? And I want something like this, right? So I want to rotate the knob, and when I rotate the knob, I want to change the intensity of the LED accordingly. මට LED එකේ intensity එක වෙනස් කරන්න ඕනේ මේ knob එක කරකවද්දී. අපි ඒ දෙක combine කරමු. Right? You have any idea in order to do that? මේ knob එක rotate කරද්දී LED එකේ intensity එක වෙනස් කරන්න ඕනේ මට. Do you have any idea how to do that? For example, let me provide the pin mode. The pin number 13 we are using, and it's a output. Right. And digital write, sorry, analog write. Now this is right. Now what I want is, now this is how we are going to provide the analog, I mean a PWM, right? So now what I want is, when I rotate the knob, I want to change this intensity of the LED. So how to do it? Any idea? Yes, any idea? Yes, quickly. Can you provide me a suggestion how to rotate? I mean, when I rotate the knob, I want to change the intensity. So the intensity is given here, right? So this is the value that we are going to provide as the intensity. So we want to make it a variable, right? Now, the thing is that you have to identify. This is coming. What's the range of this value? What's the range of this? Any idea? What's the range of this value? Yes. Yes. Yes, quickly. ඔය value කියන එකේ range එක මොකක්ද? Yes. එන්න පුළුවන් minimum maximum values මොනවද?
0 to 1023.
ආ?
0 to 1023.
Very good, right? So මෙතනට දෙන්න පුළුවන් value range එක මොකක්ද? analog write එකට දෙන්න පුළුවන් value range එක මොකක්ද? Yes, 0 to
55.
0 to 55, exactly, right? So what we can do, if we can convert this value, the value which comes as a value in between 0 to 1023, if we can convert it to a value between 0 to 255 and provide it here, what happens? So it means when we rotate the knob, this will be controlled, right? Understood, right? So how we are going to do that? We have a special function in order to do this conversion. We have a special function that we can use for this conversion. So I'm going to create another variable called like int PWM. You can create it here as well. PWM, just a variable, right? Then what I'm going to do, PWM equals, there's a function called map, and this is the variable that we want to change the range, right? So we are going to pass them into the map function the variable that we want to change the range, right? So here the range is coming like what? 0 to 1023. So we want to convert it to 0 to 255, right? So what we're going to do, okay, so this is the variable that we want to change the range, right? So that range and the current range. Now, what's the current range of this variable? The current range is 0 and 1023, right? 0 to 1023. And then you have to provide what's the new range you need. Now, the new range is 0 to 255, right? So this function, simply what this function does, this function take this variable and this is the current range of that variable and it converts to this range and assign it to this variable. මේ value කියන එක original range එක 0.1023 අතර තියෙන එක 0.255 අතර convert කරලා PWM එකට assign කරගන්න එක තමයි මෙතනින් කරන්නේ. Right? Understood? So what we have to do is now we have to provide the PWM here. So what happens? From the variable value, it changed from 0 to 1020. So it converts to a value between 0 to 255 and assign it to the PWM. And that PWM will be given here. So the value will be changed accordingly. Let's see. Right. So let me rotate the knob and see whether it's working. Now the wires, some loose connections are also there. So sometimes there might be pulses kind of things, but other than that, it's working fine, right? Due to the loose connections, there might be some pulses kind of things, but other than that, I think it's fine, right? Got it? Right? Understood. So now the thing is, this is a very good example, right? Where you have an input device as well as output device. So we take the reading of an input device, right? We take a reading from the input device and we do a mapping, we do some function, and then we write that value into the output device, right? So isn't this similar to what I shown in the first day? මර පළවෙනි දවසේ පෙන්නපුවට දැන් සමානයි නේද? මොකක් හරි සෙන්සර් එකකින් රීඩින් එකක් ගන්නවා, ඒක මොකක් හරි කරලා output device එක write කරනවා. අපි ගාව sensors නැහැ. ඊට අපි අර තියෙන potentiometer එකෙන් කරකවලා එන value එක කෙලින්ම අරකට දානවා, right? So now it's perfect, right? So we write a code to control a LED in the intensity of a LED using a potentiometer, right? A very simple code. So I'm not saying that this is a very good code, but this is where we can start. This is where we can concrete the idea, and this is where we can like have an idea about how we can do. I mean, what we can do. So we use codes, the codes written in C++, and we control devices. So we get readings from the input devices, and we write something according to a code to the output devices. So we are now working with microcontrolling, and we use the programming knowledge that we gain throughout our course in the practical implementation. So that's the most important thing, right? Okay, so this is what I expected to cover today, and I hope that you got the idea. So now it's open for any questions if you have any, so we can discuss any questions. And one more important thing, that this will be the last online lecture that we are going to conduct, and here onwards no online lectures will be conducted officially. But if you want anything to be like if you want anything to be covered, or if you have any doubts, you can I can arrange a revision session as well. But the thing is that officially this will be the last one. So if you want any other session, you can inform me through the batch reps. And the important thing that we are going to continue this mic controlling part in the lab. Once the face-to-face conduction, fortunately, I'm not sure whether when it's going to start, but fortunately, if the lab or the face-to-face conduction starts soon, we will be again meeting in the lab in order to do the practical implementations of the microcontroller. So we will have somewhere around like 8 hours, right? Somewhere around like 8 hours where we are going to not simple applications like this, but we will get sensors, we'll get output devices, and using those devices we will implement some interesting applications on the lab with hands-on experience. So you all get a mic control and sensors and like a device set, component set, and you can connect these things in the lab and properly using breadboards and everything, and you can plug input devices and output devices, and you can write the codes in the lab and experiment the things on the lab, right? So there will be like 8-hour practical session for these things. So when the lab session starts, I mean the face-to-face conduction starts in the campus, we will probably go to the practical sessions, right? So now this will be the last, as I mentioned, last online lecture. So if you have any doubts, you can ask and clarify them out.
So excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Samantha madam informed us they will conduct some practical session in the university for the materials most probably next week.
Okay.
It's not officially informed still.
Okay.
That means we also can do practicals in university within 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, sure.
Because the
So-
one practical session started today for other batches. That I mean mechatronics. So someone did practical sessions there today.
Okay.
Then most probably we will be able to do practical sessions near future.
Okay.
Next thing is, can you publish our assignment results? I
Yeah,
think
sure,
it
I
is
will.
required for eligibility also. Then other than that, we can get idea about the situation of our
Yeah.
studies.
Okay, sure, I will. I will soon.
Okay, sir. Then thank you very much. We will meet in practical sessions also.
Okay, Nuwan, thank you
Okay,
very
sir. Thank you very
much.
much.
So others, anything to be clarified? So any other questions?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, අර last week එකේ videos ටිකත් upload
ඔව්
කරන්න
මම
පුළුවන්.
ඊටික දාන්න ඊටි මම දාන්න මම ඔක්කොම ටික අද දාන්න ඕකේ
Okay then. Yes.
සර් මයික්‍රෝ කන්ට්‍රෝල් එකේ අර input output සර් පොඩක් ආපහු කියලා දෙන්න.
මේකද?
චුට්ටක් පැටලෙන.
මේකද?
මයික්‍රෝ කන්ට්‍රෝල් එකේ අර සර් input output identify
ඔව් මෙහෙමයි. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි ඒක බලන්න ඕනේ හැම වෙලේම මයික්‍රෝ කන්ට්‍රෝල් එකට සාපේක්ෂව. මයික්‍රෝ කන්ට්‍රෝල් එකෙන් අපි මොකක් හරි එළියට දෙනවා නම් ඒක අපි කියනවා output එකක් කියලා. මයික්‍රෝ කන්ට්‍රෝල් එකට ඇතුළට මොකක් හරි එනවා නම් අපි කියනවා ඒක input එකක් කියලා. Right? So if there is something like we have to always, in order to identify input and output devices, we have to always consider it with respect to the mic controller, right? So if the mic controller get a reading from the outside device, right? So if the mic controller is getting a reading from the output device, so it will be an input to the mic controller. So that's why we call it input device, right? So if we are going to provide the signal or something from the mic controller to output device to output device, so it's called an output device, right? We have to always look with respect to the mic controller. mic controller එකට සාපේක්ෂව තමයි බලන්න. දැන් අපි switch එකක් ගත්තොත් switch එක on the off ද කියලා අපිට reading එකක් mic controller එක ඇතුළට එන්නේ. එතකොට අපි කියනවා ඒක input device එකක් කියලා. අපි motor එකක් run කරනවා අපි mic controller එකෙන් තමයි motor එක run කරන්නේ. mic controller එකෙන් තමයි output එක දෙන්නේ. එතකොට ඒක output device එකක්. අපි LED එක mic controller එකෙන් signal එකක් එළියට දියා තමයි LED එක on off කරන්නේ. එතකොට ඒක output device එකක්. Right? So we have to always identify it with respect to the, I mean, the the mic controller. For example, here now, right? So here we have some examples, right? So input and output devices, right? So if you get something to the mic controller, with respect to the mic controller, if you are going to get some reading to the mic controller, inside the mic controller, that's called the input device. And if you are going to provide something as output, like a display, a motor, a LED, so it's we are providing an output to a buzzer, right? So then they are called output devices. But always consider it with respect to the mic controller. Okay, so I hope you got the idea. Others, any doubts? Anything to be clarified? Okay then. So thank you very much, and then we will meet again hopefully. Yes, Prasad, any doubt?
No, sir.
No, it's fine. It's fine. If you have any doubt, it's fine. You can ask. No doubts, no issues. Okay, right. So I hope everything is fine, right? Anything, if you can have anything, you can ask, right? All right. So then, thank you very much, and then we will hopefully meet again in the lab sessions, right? So I'm looking forward to meet you soon and to finish the practicals, right? So meanwhile, if you have any doubt, please feel to contact me always. If you have any doubt, please feel to contact me. And meanwhile, all the best for your future works. And the other thing is, I will publish the marks as soon as possible, right? So you can get idea about your subject, right? So let me do it. I will do it soon, and I will let you know. And if there are any doubt, please feel free to always contact me or drop me a message. Probably I will reply. So thank you very much, and we will meet again in the soon future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.